Greetings and various assorted salutations. What we're looking at today is the question portion of the Google Classroom assignment types. So right away when you go to under classwork, under create, you'll notice after assignment and quiz assignment you have something called question. Question is frequently used for things like bell ringers or exit slips. It's also used for surveys. It can be an entry point into discussions, and it can be a discussion forum if you want it to. It actually can do quite a bit. So right off the bat, when you open it, it has several very familiar controls. You can add documents to it. You can create documents to it. These are the exact same things you would see with the standard assignment thing. Over here you can see you can assign it to specific students, so if you wanted to use it for groups, you could do that. You can put it in a grading category, you can set the point value, or leave it ungraded. And of course there's the due dates, and you can put it in specific topics. There's two additional features that you don't have normally in other things, and that is students can reply to each other, or students can edit their answer. And essentially the idea behind these is if you're just doing a very simple, straightforward bell ringer or exit slip, you might turn this feature off. But if you want a discussion post, like an online forum, you would turn this on. The edit answer feature it kind of depends on what you're trying to do with this activity. I haven't really used the whole edit your answer feature a whole lot in it. Now for the other thing is, you put in your question up here, whatever your question is that you're asking, or if you're putting the discussion topic, you can put the theme there, and then you can put the instructions in here. Instructions, of course, are optional. One bit of advice, if your students aren't used to posting or replying to each other's posts, I recommend developing some protocol advising them on how to appropriately respond to one another's answers. There's one other portion that's worth noting, and that up here is multiple choice or short answer. You can choose. And you can see here that the way information changes is here, and then if you choose multiple choice, you can put in your options. But very straightforward on its operation and functionality. And then when you're ready, you can click Ask, or if you want to post this later, you can schedule it or save draft. Obviously, since I've not typed anything, it's not giving me these options, except for discard draft. I'm going to show you some examples of questions I've asked, but by all means, I haven't fully explored this feature. You could use it for discussion forums, like group discussions. You could use it as a polling tool. That's what I've used it for. You can also use it as an exit slip, of course. So let me pull up some examples here in just a second. Alrighty, so here's a couple of examples here. The first one being, what inspired you to take this course? I asked this in my Ancient Civilizations course when it was being taught. And essentially the idea behind this is it was kind of a welcome to the class, a part of the icebreaker, because the class was optional and students wanted to, and I wanted to find out why students were in the course. And then another one I had is kind of an open-ended question where one of the problems in Ancient Civilizations is there's a lot of content we could cover. There's a lot of content that interests students, and so I kind of wanted to give a more directed question. To be honest, I haven't used this feature a whole lot in my Google Classrooms because I haven't really had full access to Google Classroom until recently. But some of the things that you could do is you could do a poll at the start or end of a class. You could make this into an information gathering thing. You could have a discussion post, and you could assign it to different groups of students and create groups. All kinds of uses. I would recommend you look around for other examples of how to use this, but I've found it to be a very easy way to get students talking to each other, at least virtually. And it's called question, but you could just as easily call it forum post. And so it's a very flexible format for student collaboration and communication amongst each other. So in any case, I hope this helps, and until later.